Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Welcome, traveler on the path of life. You stand at the gates of wisdom where ancient thoughts promise serenity amidst chaos. But how, you may wonder, can words from centuries ago guide us in the modern whirlwind? Today, I will share with you 9 profound rules, carved from the very essence of Stoicism, that Marcus Aurelius himself practiced daily. These are not mere suggestions, but tools to forge a life of peace, resilience, and virtue. I have a story for you, and you should listen very carefully. It's a tale from ancient Rome, one that not only echoes through the marbled halls of history, but also whispers the subtle truths of human virtue. In the heart of Rome, beneath the shadow of the great Capitoline Hill, lived a cobbler named Aurelius. He was a simple man, whose hands were as worn as the shoes he mended. Aurelius was known not just for his skill, but for his kindness. He put people first, always. In the bustling marketplace where voices clamored like the clashing of swords, his stall was a haven of calm. One particularly sweltering summer, as Rome was gripped by a merciless drought, the river Tiber's banks receded more than ever before. Water was scarce, and tensions among the people soared as high as the scorching sun. Yet, in this time of hardship, Aurelius encountered a woman with tattered sandals and a tale of greater woe. She was a widow named Julia, burdened with 3 children and with no coin to spare for new sandals, much less enough water to quench their thirst. Moved by her plight, Aurelius did something extraordinary. He repaired her sandals without asking for payment and gave her a pair of sturdy boots, a surplus from last winter's work. But his generosity did not end there. Each day, Aurelius would spare some of his rationed water and a portion of his meager meal, delivering it to Julia's humble abode near the city's edge. "Why do you help us so?" Julia asked one day, her eyes brimming with unshed tears. Aurelius, his hands paused in their labor, looked up and said a line that had guided him through the toughest times, a quote from the great Marcus Aurelius himself. "What is not good for the swarm, neither is it good for the bee." The good of the many, Aurelius explained, begins with the acts of the one. By helping each other, we uphold the fabric of our society. It is not the riches or the accolades that define our lives, but the love and virtue we share. As summer gave way to autumn, the rains returned, and with them, prosperity. Julia's children grew strong, and the sandals Aurelius had mended carried them through many seasons. The story of the cobbler's generosity spread far and wide, inspiring others in the city to look beyond their needs and consider their neighbors. Decades later, long after Aurelius had passed, his story was still told around fires and in the forums of Rome, a testament to the power of focusing on virtue. His life, though seemingly unremarkable in the annals of the mighty Roman Empire, was a beacon of human kindness and moral strength. So remember this as you walk through your life. The true measure of wealth is not found in your coffers, but in the hearts you touch and the lives you lift. Aurelius, the humble cobbler, knew this well. In his simple acts of kindness, he embodied the wisdom of Stoicism, demonstrating that the greatest strength lies in putting people first.
Imagine you're standing at a crossroads where one path vanishes into a thick, impassable fog. You feel lost, as if every effort to move forward is thwarted by unseen forces. This is a common moment in life, where the direct route to our goals becomes obscured or blocked entirely. But it is in such moments that Stoic wisdom whispers a powerful reminder. Seneca once said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." This insight holds the key to understanding that when the path ahead seems blocked, another route, a less obvious, perhaps more challenging one, is always available. The Stoic lesson of "another path is always open" teaches us the resilience of rerouting our journey. It's not just about finding an alternative, it's about recognizing that obstacles are not merely barriers, but invitations to explore and grow. This alternative path might require us to develop new skills, engage different resources, or shift our perspective. But the potential for personnel and professional development along these less traveled roadies is immense. By accepting the reality of these obstacles and embracing the opportunity to overcome them, we do not merely succeed, we evolve. Each new path we carve makes us more adaptable, more creative, and more determined. Like a river that finds its way around rocks or over terrain, we learn to flow with unwavering purpose toward our destination. This Stoic rule does not promise an easier journey, but it offers a more rewarding one, forging within us a resilience that is polished by the very friction we face.
As you turn onto the alternative path you've chosen, remember that the journey towards any goal is not conquered in a single stride. Picture yourself facing a steep, winding trail up a mountain. It's daunting when seen from the base, but each individual step, while small, collectively leads to the summit. Epictetus once said, "No great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen." This quote encapsulates the essence of taking life step by step. Each phase of the process is critical and cannot be rushed. The Stoic lesson of take it step by step is a powerful strategy for finding success on these new and often challenging paths. It emphasizes patience and the importance of gradual progress. Rather than being overwhelmed by the entirety of the task ahead, break it down into manageable pieces. Focus on the next immediate action you can take, not the distant goal. This approach not only keeps you from feeling overwhelmed, but also builds momentum. With each small achievement, your confidence grows, and what once seemed like an insurmountable challenge becomes a series of achievable tasks. By savoring each step, you not only enhance your resilience but also gain a deeper appreciation for your journey. As you continue forward, let this Stoic wisdom remind you that the path to greatness is a series of deliberate, thoughtful steps. Each one is a victory in itself, building the path to your ultimate goal.
Now imagine reaching a point along your newly forged path where the terrain becomes not just steep, but shrouded in fog. It's easy to feel a surge of anxiety, not knowing what lies ahead. This anxiety, however, is just another form of obstacle, one that Marcus Aurelius teaches us to confront directly. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." His words remind us that anxiety often arises not from the reality of our situation, but from our perception of it. The power to overcome this lies within our control. The Stoic lesson of discard your anxiety is crucial as you navigate uncertain paths. It teaches us to focus on the present and what is actionable, rather than getting lost in worry about what may never happen. By adjusting our mindset to view each moment as an opportunity, rather than a threat, we can clear the mental fog that anxiety casts over our objectives. Begin by acknowledging your anxiety, and then methodically work to dismantle it. Why am I anxious? Is this worry within my control? What steps can I take right now to mitigate this fear? This process of questioning and addressing anxiety not only clears your mind, but empowers you to take constructive action. As you learn to discard your anxiety, you open up new ways to succeed, ensuring that each step is taken with clarity and purpose, steadily moving you towards your goals.
I have a story for you, and you should listen very carefully. It's about a young artist named Eliana, living in the bustling heart of New York City. Her journey illuminates a powerful Stoic principle: well begun is half done. Eliana had always been captivated by the vibrant life of her city, the towering skyscrapers, the thronging crowds, and the kaleidoscope of colors at every turn. Yet, despite her surroundings, she struggled with starting her dream project, a mural that would encapsulate the spirit of New York. One chilly autumn morning, as she sat in her small studio apartment overlooking a graffiti-covered alley in Brooklyn, she stumbled upon a quote from Marcus Aurelius: "The only way to lose is to abandon your method." These words struck a chord in her. She realized that her procrastination and fear of imperfection were the only real obstacles in her path. She needed a strong start. She needed to begin, no matter how imperfect the initial strokes might be. With renewed vigor, Eliana set out the next day with a simple goal: to put the first color on the canvas. She chose a bright yellow, the color of the taxis that raced along the city streets, a symbol of movement and energy. That first splash of paint was her commitment, her beginning, and as Aurelius suggested, it was already half the victory. Days turned into weeks, and each morning, Eliana added more to the mural. The cityscape began to take shape, reflecting the hustle of everyday life and the hidden moments of quiet beauty found in the most unexpected places. Her mural became a narrative of life in New York, capturing fleeting moments like the first light of dawn glinting off the Chrysler Building, or the serene calm of Central Park amidst the city noise. The project, which started with hesitation, became a testament to her dedication and passion. People began to take notice. Passers-by would stop to watch her at work, capturing her progress in photos and sharing her story across social media. Local bloggers wrote articles, art enthusiasts offered encouragement, and soon, Eliana's mural was featured in a local art magazine. On the day of the mural's completion, a small crowd gathered, phones in hand, capturing the unveiling. Eliana stepped back, her clothes speckled with paint, her eyes gleaming with accomplishment. She addressed the crowd, sharing the quote from Marcus Aurelius that had inspired her. "In every endeavor, the only way to lose is to abandon your method. Remember, well begun is truly half done." Her mural did more than beautify a brick wall. It inspired her community. It reminded everyone who passed by that the first step towards any goal, no matter how daunting, is the most crucial. That first act not only starts the process but also sets the tone for everything that follows. So, listen carefully to this story of Eliana, a young artist in New York City, who learned that the act of beginning is itself a significant part of the journey. Let her story inspire you to take that first step, to make that first effort, no matter how small it might seem. For in that beginning, you'll find the courage to continue, and ultimately, the path to completion.
Following Eliana's first victorious brushstroke and the subsequent unfolding of her grand mural, let's turn our attention to another crucial Stoic principle. Be strict with yourself. Imagine you are an aspiring writer in the same vibrant city of New York, inspired by Eliana's mural every day on your morning walk. Yet each time you sit down to write, distractions abound. Coffee shops buzz too loudly, home feels too relaxed, and the park benches are never just right. This is where the wisdom of Epictetus comes to light. No great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen. This quote underscores the importance of discipline and patience in the creative process. You realize that it isn't just about external distractions, but also about internal discipline. Being strict with yourself means creating a routine, setting boundaries, and sticking to them despite the temptation to give in to easier, more immediate gratifications. By applying this lesson, you begin to structure your days. You carve out dedicated writing hours, limit social media during these times, and set realistic daily goals. This self-imposed structure gradually enhances your focus and productivity, turning scattered efforts into a manuscript that grows steadily day by day. Embracing the Stoic rule of being strict with oneself doesn't just foster discipline. It cultivates a resilience that propels you towards success, proving that the pathway to achieving great things is paved with steadfast commitment and self-regulation.
Having established a disciplined routine as an aspiring writer, you now face the challenge of ensuring that each day's efforts are not just structured, but also meaningful. This is where the Stoic principle of direct your actions properly becomes essential. Imagine waking up to a day packed with potential writing hours. You have the discipline, but direction is key. Seneca's words echo in your mind. Our plans miscarry because they have no aim. When a man does not know what harbor he is making for, no wind is the right wind. This insight from Seneca serves as a beacon, guiding you to not only work hard, but to work wisely. This principle urges you to set clear goals for each writing session. Instead of vaguely aiming to write something, you specify what part of your manuscript needs attention. Is it developing a character, advancing the plot, or refining dialogue? By setting these targets, you align your disciplined efforts with purposeful actions. Your newfound approach transforms your writing. Each session builds directly on the progress of the last. Chapters start to connect, characters deepen, and a coherent story emerges. This methodical direction not only makes your writing sessions more productive, but also makes the process deeply satisfying. Thus, directing your actions properly isn't just about finding the right path. It's about making sure that every step on that path counts. With a clear destination in mind, every effort you make not only brings you closer to completing your manuscript, but also ensures that the journey is as rewarding as its culmination.
As your manuscript begins to take shape, with each chapter mapped out and every character coming to life, you find yourself at a crucial crossroads in the creative process. Now, the challenge shifts from building to refining. It's here that the Stoic lesson, "Ask yourself, is this essential?" becomes your guiding light. Imagine yourself scrutinizing a particularly ornate paragraph you've just written. It's clever and elaborate, but something doesn't sit right. Seneca's words then whisper through your thoughts. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. This maxim inspires a powerful reflection on the necessity of each element within your work. With Seneca's insight in mind, you begin to comb through your manuscript with a critical eye, questioning the purpose of each sentence, each word. Is this essential? You ask yourself repeatedly. Does this dialogue serve the plot? Does this description enhance the atmosphere, or is it merely decorative? This disciplined approach helps you strip away the superfluous, leaving only what truly moves and enhances the story. This method of constant evaluation not only sharpens your manuscript, but also deepens your understanding of your own narrative. Each decision to keep or cut is informed by a clearer vision of what is necessary for your story's success. This Stoic practice of focusing on the essential empowers you to avoid the clutter that can distract or detract from your main objectives, ensuring that every element serves a purpose, thus paving another way to succeed in crafting a compelling and cohesive narrative.
Continuing your journey of refining your manuscript, you hit an unexpected roadblock, a particularly harsh critique from a trusted peer. As doubt and frustration bubble up, the importance of the Stoic principle, control your perceptions, comes sharply into focus. There, in the quiet of your writing nook, the critical words echo in your mind, threatening to unravel your confidence. It's at this pivotal moment that a quote from Marcus Aurelius offers you a lifeline. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This insight becomes a beacon through the storm of criticism. Instead of viewing the feedback as a blow to your ego, you ask yourself, how can this make my work better? This shift in perception transforms the criticism into a valuable tool. You begin to dissect the feedback, identifying genuine areas for improvement. Perhaps a character's motive isn't clear, or a plot twist seems forced. With each piece of advice, you make deliberate, thoughtful adjustments, enhancing the depth and clarity of your story. This practice of controlling your perceptions doesn't just help you navigate criticism more effectively, it also cultivates resilience and a more objective view of your work. By choosing to see each challenge as an opportunity to evolve, you not only progress in your writing project, but also grow in your personal and professional life. This Stoic lesson teaches you that by mastering your perceptions, you unlock a powerful way to steer through obstacles, ensuring continuous success and self-improvement. As we draw the curtains on our journey through the Stoic rules for a better life, let us ponder a final thought from Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. In our lives, crowded with events beyond our control. This wisdom is our lantern in the dark, guiding us to peace and purpose. Remember, my friends, the path of Stoicism is not merely learned, it is lived. Each step you take on this path enriches not just your own life, but also the lives of those around you. And as you walk this path, ask yourself at each turn, is this within my control? Can I change my reaction to empower myself? If these teachings have stirred something within you, consider this not the end, but a gateway to a deeper exploration. Subscribe to our channel, like this video, and join us in the timeless pursuit of wisdom. Each video is a step towards mastering the art of living, and together we can continue to grow, learn, and find tranquility in a turbulent world.